If there is anything to the contrary, please email me and I will broadcast it on the program.
Akbaruddin Owaisi is not the only Muslim
Right, sure, absolutely. So that answers the question. My question is to Dr. Taslim Ahmad Rahmani. Are you embarrassed and ashamed at Akbaruddin Owaisi and what he has done? 1 minute. And B, will your group, the Muslim Political Council of India, ostracize Akbaruddin Owaisi for trying to divide our country?
None.
Or you won't?
Because, as you very rightly said, that for last 10 days nothing has been done. And for last 10 days, even the media, even the so important and honorable channels of our country did not take cognizance of this so-called offense. Even you have started it yesterday only, after 11 days almost.
1 minute.
So why even you are so such a fast media? Why you didn't take any action?
Let me tell you. I'll tell you why. Yes, I'll tell you why. Because I'm tired of this attempt of weak-kneed politicians at trying to blame the media. I'll tell you why. Because in case you did not know, there was a national outcry over the Delhi gang rape case. And I felt that for this period of time, and I'm sure you agree with me, that in 1 minute, please. 1 minute. It's not over. Yes, it's not over. But yesterday the court also came into the Akbaruddin Owaisi case. But I'm asking you today. And you know that the political class which you represent. No, Mr. Rahmani, no. Don't try this. Mr. Rahmani.
Does not belong to the media.
No, Mr. Rahmani, don't try this. You
went to the court.
You know. Answer your conscience today, Mr. Rahmani. You know that if channels like Times Now had not picked up the Akbaruddin Owaisi case, the state government would have done nothing.
This is not the first speech. This is not the first speech in the country.
Should I ignore it?
Many people.
Should I ignore?
No.
1 minute.
No.
1 minute.
I'm not saying you ignore it.
Why is it embarrassing you? Why is it upsetting you?
Such kind of speeches has become an industry.
So we will not allow this industry to carry on.
All the cynical.
We will end this industry.
Politicians are promoting these kind of speeches.
We will end this industry.
There was no such debate on this national
Well, I'm telling you,
when all
Dr. Rahmani, Dr. Rahmani, you are so wrong. Dr. Rahmani, let me tell you 3 things and please allow me to speak. Because I genuinely believe today that there is a section of the political class which is getting very worried at what the media is saying, is very worried that channels like Times Now are taking these issues head on and embarrassing politicians day in and day out. And let me remind entire political class today, including yourself, that on Varun Gandhi, Times Now took a position. On Taslima Nasreen's being humiliated here by the same groups, Times Now took a position. On Togadia, Times Now has taken a position. On Akbaruddin Owaisi, Times Now is taking a position. I am asking you today, why is the political class so weak? 1 minute. Why is the political class so weak-kneed? Why is the political class so weak-kneed? Why is the political...
How many times you have taken...
Answer me on Akbaruddin Owaisi. Answer me. I am asking you again. Will you politically ostracize Akbaruddin Owaisi for trying to divide our country?
Industry.
Let's demolish the industry.
Approving this kind of speeches.
Let's demolish.
I'm not at all approving. But this has become an industry. This has to be stopped.
So join us, Dr. Rahmani. Be true to your words. You are the Muslim. You represent the Muslim Political Council of India. India.
Like you, I have also listened the whole more than 1 hour long speech of Akbaruddin Owaisi. It is full of complaints. It's full of complaints, and it's full of comparings. It's comparing and complaints. And I don't think there was any derogatory kind of remark. That's why even the court has not taken any cognizance against that speech, and rather that they.
I find it shocking. I find it shocking. I find it shocking and unacceptable and objectionable I find it objectionable that you should try and eulogize Akbaruddin Owaisi instead of condemning him. I'm going to ask Javed Anand. I'm going to ask Javed Anand. No, Javed Anand. When Javed Anand.
This is just a cynical politics that you want to place somebody from the Muslim community to make a firebrand
understand.
leader. Nothing more.
Please
you do not find any communal speaker from the
please understand.
That's why you find one person.
Please understand, Mr. Javed. Mr. Taslim Rahman.
His speech is highly inflammatory.
Shabnam Hashmi and Javed Anand wants to respond.
Inflammatory, please.
Yes, Shabnam Hashmi is responding to you. Go ahead.
Don't try and say that his speech is neutral. His speech is highly inflammatory.
You can term that speech a firebrand speech. It can be a firebrand speech.
No,
firebrand.
It can be a firebrand speech.
No, it is
there is
not
nothing derogatory.
No, I'm sorry. It is.
It is firebrand.
It is inciting people. It is highly derogatory, and it's highly objectionable. Please don't say that there is nothing objectionable.
Now it is coming to the domain of the court. It will decide. It will be decided.
Mr. Rahmani, you can call that speech half literate. You can call that speech inflammatory. You can call it communal. You can call it intellectually challenged. But please don't call it firebrand. Use the word firebrand in another context. Nalin Kohli wants to respond. Nalin Kohli is responding to you. Nalin Kohli has raised his hand there. Mr. Kohli of the BJP is responding to Mr. Rahmani. Yes, Nalin.
I just want to say one thing very clear, that firebrand could be about raising rights, raising issues about what you feel might be important for your political cause, for your political activity, even for the people you want to represent. And I think we have to pause for a minute. And I'm going to make this unqualified straight away. Anything that involves raising derogatory comments about the gods and goddesses in Hindu or Sanatan Dharma, raising anything derogatory about Allah or about any other of the great prophets, whether it's from Islam, from Christianity, Sikhism, any religion, I think that is just not acceptable. We may be in our rights to promote what we want about our own interests, people we represent, but certainly not about the religions, because there is enough violence, there's enough conflict in the world, and certainly if you call that firebrand, I think that is a
I think
I have also listened the whole of his speech, and the phrase you are referring, it is already in the public domain. During the Babri Masjid
I want to come back. Mr. Rahmani.
In the records of the court,
Mr. Rahmani,
it has been discussed. It's nothing new.
Mr. Rahmani, why do you think, one second, my question is to Rajiv Gowda. Rajiv Gowda, I have gone back at the background and many times this man has made provocative speeches. Tell me, Professor Rajiv Gowda, in the new kind of politics, is it allowed, a national party, can it have relationships with fringe political parties which are highly radicalized, which are provocative, which can say anything, and so at the national party can have a position at the national level and allow these communal groups to do anything at the regional level? Is that allowed? Because I find a nod and wink approach of the state government of Andhra Pradesh towards this man Owaisi.
See, my friend Nalin Kohli sounded very reasonable. If you listen to him, you wonder whether he's actually in the BJP, because the kinds of...
We have the whole media utilizing Bal
It's not just about division.
So why are you asking it is allowed?
One second. Yes, Professor
Exactly.
Gowda.
So it's not just incitement against different religions. It's incitement against different Indians. You saw that in Mumbai against non-Marathi speakers. So all these kinds of things have been going on for a long time, and most major political parties have, in the interest of politics, made these compromises. So if you want to start there, you need to start breaking. You need to start breaking your alliances across the board and say, I'm going to live up to this high-sounding rhetoric that I've just come up with.
No, it's not.
Okay? That's not the reality. The reality is political parties. Arnab, hold on, Arnab. Political parties on the fringe thrive on this kind of disturbance, on this kind of polarization, and Akbaruddin Owaisi's speech is exactly one more of a long list of speeches
Professor Gowda,
across political parties.
Let me tell you, Professor Gowda, I don't know.
Ignore it and move on.
Professor Gowda, you know who's putting Akbaruddin Owaisi in his place? It's not even the media. The people of India are putting Akbaruddin Owaisi in this place all the young people who are on social media.
I'm very happy to hear that.
All the young people in social media, all the people who are tweeting about it, and I want to say here today, even no, 1 minute, Mr. Rahmani, hear the voices of the people of this country. No, please be in sync, Mr.
Such a derogatory that
Mr. Rahmani, if you are going to do politics in 2012, I request you please come accept the reality of 2000. In 2012, things are changing.
No, I have already accepted. I have already accepted. Now you have to accept the realities.
Mr. Rahmani, the reality is very simply this. Please come into sync. Nobody doing any hate speech from any political party. Right wing, this side of the fence, left side of the fence is acceptable. 1 minute.
Just last week, Praveen Togodia has said we will make the temple Charminar like the Ayodhya.
Yeah, so
just last week.
Yeah, so you didn't hear me on Newshour yesterday. You didn't, no? I said very clearly, I said, Mr. Togadia, Mr. Owaisi, everybody must stop this kind of hate politics. And that is a point. I want to go back to Javed Anand. He has made some very strong and substantial points. And I think it is very important, Javed Anand. What strikes me very importantly is I see a lot of voices of reason here today. I see the points that you made are extremely reasonable right at the start. That we need to isolate all these groups, all these people, once and for all. But that also means, Javed Anand, that the state will have to begin by showing some spine, isn't it? It cannot just be activists or the media. It's the state which will have to show some spine.
I cannot agree with you more, Arnab. The state has to show some spine, and the state has been spineless for far too long. Whether it was Bal Thackeray in Mumbai when he spat venom against Muslims, or Mr. Narendra Modi in 2002, or Varun Gandhi or Akbar Owaisi. I don't want to dodge the question of Akbar Owaisi. So first of all, the strongest possible action must be taken against this congenital hate monger. And similar action must be taken across the board. I am with all the young people who are on the social media who are outraged by this. I am with them on this, and we should be outraged against anybody, irrespective of whether the Hindu, Muslim, Christian, politician, non-politician who resorts to things like this. But our first target, I would suggest, should be lawmakers who are lawbreakers.
I take that point.
Be it
completely take that point. I completely take that point. And 2013, if it has begun on a note where the people of India, especially the young people of India, have shown a person like Akbaruddin Owaisi his place, a government should follow, show some spine, and also put Akbaruddin Owaisi in its place. Politicians and governments should not have to be prompted like they are having to be these days. Ladies and gentlemen, I thank you for that debate.